Happy 4th of July weekend, race fans. We've got quite the show on the horizon for you tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway on the Saturday after Independence Day. We're about to kick off the first of 4 heats consisting of 14 laps each, where out of 10 drivers, only 4 will lock their way into the main event in the Chi-Town Showdown. The bottom 6 will have a second shot in the LCQ, but that race will have 24 drivers, and only 4 of them will make it into the 20-car show, so each group of 10 is ready to give it all they've got and put it all on the line for the chance to advance. Green flag is out in Heat 1. There's a great start for the 8 of Olivia Reynolds, who gets away from the pack, separates herself by about a couple car lengths over Logan Cloud and the 12 of William Seaman, who battled down the back straightaway for P2. Heading into 3 and 4, the 12 gets the upper hand. Major contact from the 48 and 2 going through the last 2 corners to finish lap number 1. Now lap 2. So we see some separation between second and third as they're trying to really battle it out for that transfer spot. I mean, we are only 2 laps into this race, but the desperation is certainly already here. Trading paint through 3 and 4, 1 and 2, doesn't matter. It's all over this racetrack as Caden Lemon looks like he'll walk into the transfer spot now. P4 is what you're aiming for. The guy's behind going 3 wide. He could possibly get himself some room here as the 37 slides up into the 9. Nick Breeding trying to make his way forward, but for the lead in the heat, the 12 and the 8. Seaman making his way down low, nearly contact with Reynolds, really pushing it with that slide job there. Technically not even complete. Alright, now he's clear, but man, it was a close call. Coming right on in is the 11 of DJ Reed. He'll pull to the inside, heading into 1, but no dice. He'll have to stay behind the lead battle as they go side by side for P1. Reynolds has the 11 behind, but that won't mean much here, at least through the corner. Heading off of it might be a different story. Now they're going to be equally spaced once again. For the transfer, it's getting dicey. The 6 almost hooks the 48 towards the infield. And that doesn't work out for Sam Oskin, as now he's under fire from the 38 of Aiden Martin, who wants P5 and a shot at making it into the race right in front of him. That inside line just didn't work for him that time around. 48 into the wall, racing on the outside. Top 3 under a blanket, but this transfer spot getting highly contested as we head into lap 7, almost halfway through already, heat 1. Reynolds is going to try for the lead here. Maybe try and clear up, but that middle lane slows her down. Seaman into the wall. DJ Reed coming into the picture. That has just brought everyone into the party. Aiden Martin once again looking for P5. Slides up, gets into Oskin. Man, he's kind of wasted a whole lot of time trying to get past this 6, but this 6 car is hard to pass. Oskin doing everything he can to defend against the 38 of Aiden Martin, while still trying to get up there and get up to 4th himself. Now, meanwhile, the 48 may be a half offensive, half defensive move, taking the inside away from the 6 car behind while trying to make a move for the 3rd place spot. That's really not going to work there. Here comes the 6 with a push from Aiden Martin, who won't leave that 6 car's back bumper. It's going to work out for him. Oh, maybe not. They almost headed right into the outside wall. But Aiden Martin finally gets P5 away. But now Logan Cloud breathing down in his neck. taking it to the inside through 1 and 2. His top 4 has stayed relatively the same, and with this, the way they're behaving back here, that's going to cause an accident. The 37 of Roberto Crown Jr. into the 00. But we got to check back up here. DJ Reed leads him back to the line. The caution comes out on lap number 10. That is going to force us into overtime. A green-white checkered in the first heat. And as they pace around, we'll check what happened to bring out the first caution. All right, this battle right above the 2-car Premix Shane comes to a head as the 37 and 6 rub off each other. And these 3 are all going to come together and head towards the outside wall. 6-car pancakes it. 2-car gets sent spinning around. And watch this. The 37 gets sent up the racetrack and into the 00 of Nick Breeding, who's trying to avoid that accident. Then maybe with the track position deficit, you want to be able to get up there anyway, but who knows? Chicagoland Speedway, anything can happen up front. We've seen it before, and who knows? We might see it again. Still anyone's game for the transfer here. Top 4 make it in. We'll see who does. DJ Reed brings his pack of 10 to the line, getting ready to restart here with 2 laps to go in Heat 1. It's brought everyone behind the top 4 into it. The first one to make a move will be the 9 of Logan Cloud. Setting his sights on P5. Not quite there to P4 yet. Things could very well go south. These 2 up here start to battle. Oh, inside. Just didn't work for the 9 there. Alright, white flag is out. 1 more lap to go in heat number 1. The 38 creeping, trying to get in. Uses the outside lane. Maybe pulls up the crossover on Cade Lemon. He's right there. Pulls down to the inside. Here we go for the transfer. Through 3 and 4. 38 edges ahead. Might even get the 8 here. And through a last lap pass, Aiden Martin snookers it away from Cade Lemon. And he'll be advancing to the main show. Olivia Reynolds also almost fell out there, but was able to maintain 4th. And up front, William Seaman was able to take the win in the heat. Such a heated battle with the transfer spot. Didn't get too much of that, and he seems to not be happy with how the 11 raced him, going 3 wide heading into the pits. But man, it's quite the show to end heat number 1, as the 38 with the bonsai move heading into turn 3 worked heading out of 4, and he made his way up to 3rd and into the main show. Alright, well there's heat 1. We'll get started with heat 2 here as the starting lineup comes on your screen. Here we come to the line. Roger Ray starts off heat number 2 from the pole. Was ahead through 1 and 2 for the first time in the second of 4 heats. Oh man, already contact there on the backstretch. Looked like contact from the 99 might have gotten the 2 sideways, or the 22 sideways into the 78. But a battle for the lead early on. And this, oh, I don't know how that's going to end right there. 24 got close with the 42. Landon Laudenbach takes the lead away from Roger Ray early. 24 still on the apron. That's going to really slow these guys back down. 3:34 behind the 24 of Stephen Colon. Forces them to kind of check up, and they are behind the 8 ball now. The 43 of Roger Ray had the speed during qualifying, but just not so much during this heat here. I'm scraping the wall a little bit. The 99 still, I mean, he's really using the quarter panel of the car ahead. Trying to use it to his advantage. I mean, he's not careful. That's going to wreck some guys, but He's trying. He's trying to use it. So Ray hasn't fallen that far back, all things considered. He's still 5th, but David Dixon now coming down for P3. One's just not there on the inside. The 43, Roger Ray, tries to get ahead of David Dixon for the transfer. Looks like he'll get there and maybe even try to take P3 away. But P2, or yeah, no, P1 and P2 going at it here for the lead. That's Brian Mason, Landon Laudenbach. Man, we got to keep tabs on this. 3 wide for 4th. Back here. Oh, they're getting close. Charlie Davenport slides up sideways through 3 and 4. He gets out of it clean, but loses quite a bit of track position here. And he's still in the Hornet's nest. That's going to get him in the wall there. Contact from the 42, 99, and 21 sends him to the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Robert Lewis, P3, having a strong heat here. The guys who were slowed down from the 24's misfortune are right back up here, battling for the transfer spot. To the inside of Roger Ray goes Morris. Oh, he's trying to clear. Oh, I don't know how the 43 didn't get the wall there, but that's going to allow Aaron Abel to get right on by those two and up into P4. As these two up here continue to swap places. But right here, P3, P4, P5, all under a blanket. P3's, that's Robert Lewis up here. I mean, he's completely gone under the radar. I'm thinking this is 3rd. Nope, 4th. So these guys are all trying to catch the 3 of Aaron Abel to try and make their way in. Only one of them will. But man, it looks like Abel's going to be able to catch up. These 3 back here closing in on the lead battle. Here's Morris down here for 4th. Robert Lewis making his way actually now for the lead here to the inside of Mason. Oh, Laudenbach squeezing his way to the inside. Using the apron on the front straightaway. 5 cars now all together for the lead. It was lap 10 that they wrecked last heat. And man, I don't know how they're going to keep it clean here. Abel slides up. First time he's been able to sniff the lead in a bit. Wow, now make it 6, 7 cars maybe. They're about to go 4 wide through 1 and 2. Touching doors, trading paint. Keep it clean still, somehow. $18 into the wall. Aaron Abel's going to sneak on by. Morris now trying to contend for the win in this heat. So we've just got 3 laps remaining. Oh, up there, this might be it. Nope. 24, 42, they rub, but they're going to come out of that fine. And here's Morris now for P1. Abel using the top, trying to get the run off the corner, but that's going to backfire. He's in the wall, and he's going to get trained to the back. But no, they're going to go 3 wide here for 3rd. Ray's making his way back up here. Contact between the 3 and the 18. Time's not yet for Ray. All right, coming to the white. Brandon Morris leads. 22-78 behind. They seem to be pretty good off. Unless they wreck here. Lewis and Mason look like they get together. They keep it safe. Looks like this top four is set in stone as they try to wreck behind someone. Oh my gosh! Who's going to get in? The top four remains the same, but they really made it close there. With Lane and Lonenbeck going all the way in the grass, he keeps third in the heat, but he's probably sweating in that race car. Heartbeat jumped up pretty high. That was a close one. Almost sent him all the way around. He was able to keep it straight in the grass. And, wow. Didn't see that one coming. But Brandon Morris, winner of heat number 2, he'll be starting P2 for the main event. And everyone else, fifth on back, will be transferring to the LCQ. See if they can make their way in by getting top 4 in that race. But there'll be a whole lot more contenders in that one than there are here in the heats. Kicking off heat number 3 with a green flag here. Brandon Hayes leads them into turn number 1. The 20 of Arena McShane looks to split him 3 wide, drifts up, now it's 4 wide for the lead. But the 2 leaders making contact, heading off the corner, but it'll be your pole sitter somehow making his way through all the chaos and keeping first place. Oh, they're going to go around back here with the 15, 32, and 20 heading into the wall. Caution is out for the second time in the heats. Or for the first time in heat number 3. Onjack going to try and take the lead away for the restart. It's not going to work. Brandon Haynes leads lap number 2 and leaves him back to the caution flag. Alright, so this starts when the 32 of Ricky LaFleur slides up the racetrack into the 20. That gets him sideways already, but then he loses control into the 15 of Tyler Ware. That sends Arena McShane in the outside wall as well. But the 15 pretty much the only one to go completely around here. That's enough to bring out the caution here in heat number 3 as Tyler Ware slides down the back straightaway, but McShane and LaFleur also with damage here. Brandon Haynes, Peter Onjack, Taylor Frey, and the 47 of Andrew Miller lead them to the restart. Everyone else behind looking to make their way in. Still plenty of time left. We'll be restarting lap 7 just about halfway through. Onjack moves up to the outside, slides in behind Haynes through 1 and 2. First car to move down low, Andrew Miller. He's got three cars behind. But look at Onjack making the move mid-corner on the 16 of Haynes. And that seems like it's going to work here. At the line, Onjack leads, heading into turn number 1. He'll have the upper hand. But look at that move by the 19 of Tyler Cornell. Made his way past the 47, but here comes Austin Robb in the 66, trying to take third away here. Andrew Miller still not out of it. He makes his way back to 5th place. Haynes trying to look for the lead once again. Onjack slides up the racetrack. It's tight. Almost hits the wall, but that's going to actually give him a pretty good exit. Enough to clear for the lead once again. And Cornell goes for 2nd. Oh, but now Onjack kind of missed the corner. 3 wide for 1st. Cornell and Robb battling it out. 3 wide, 3 and 4. Contact between the 19 and 52. Off the corner, the 52 Onjack into the wall. Austin Robb leads. The 16 of Brandon Haynes goes by for 3rd. The 17 goes by for 4th. That's Dylan Herminian. And there's the 52 almost getting turned around by the 41. Dylan Ebrahimian taking a 3 wide look. That's not going to work into the wall. Cornell, Ebrahimian. That's going to put an end to the 20 cars day officially. I believe that was. Yes, it is. And for the second time in the heats. We'll be going to overtime. So this all begins with a 17 coming up through the middle here. It was a risky move, but who knows, with the 5 laps remaining, wanted to guarantee some track position. That's what the 17 might have wanted to do to get himself some defense, but man, it did not work. Sent both him and the 19 into the outside wall, ending their chances at advancing. And here's the 20 car of Arena McShane through the smoke. Just couldn't get past the 19 in time. Likely ends her day and her shot at making it into the main show without the LCQ. So just going to have one more look at this one here, as the backup car is going to come in handy for the LCQ. 17 and 19 go spinning around. We're about to see our first retiree from the heats. Is that damage for Tyler Cornell likely too severe for him to continue on unless his team can pull off a miracle? Heading to overtime in heat number 3, the 66, 16, 52, and 41 to hold the top 4 spots. Will that change in 2 laps? Onjack already able to capitalize on the 16 moving to the outside. Wasn't able to pull that same move Onjack did to get the lead away from Haynes on the first restart on the night. But now the 41 pulls down low on the 52 here. White flag is out in heat number 3. 1 lap remains. Onjack able to clear high. It'll be a battle back here between Miller, Haynes, and Frey. Haynes looking underneath the 41. Does the run carry through on the bottom? Maybe not. Maybe so. 16 dives it down low. And he'll get the 4th spot away from the 41. And get guaranteed a spot in the main event. A side-by-side battle for the transfer spot ends with a 16 on top. Miller was able to advance in 3rd. Onjack kept 2nd, and Austin Robb, the winner of this heat. And he'll have a pretty good starting spot for the main event coming up here in just one more heat and the LCQ. Nathan Stapleton leads this final group of 10 to the green flag in the last heat of the night. Heat 4 is underway. Not much separation heading down the back. Back to 1 car, Chase Abbott trying to peek to the inside of Stapleton. All ready for the lead. It's not going to work for him. He gets sent backwards. Takashi into the wall. The 23 is going to hold this pack up back here. 9 drivers under a blanket as Stapleton's able to pull away. I can't see this lasting too much longer. 14, 23 hit. 4 wide, almost 5 wide through 1 and 2. 23 into the wall, I believe, just a little bit down the back straightaway. But keeps it all right. Oh, I don't think that one's going to end very good. Into the wall hard. Goes to 7. 4. I think that's the 1 involved in there. It's a big puff of smoke off of the last 2 corners. And a heavy impact brings out the caution in heat number 4. It's going to take pretty much, I think, everyone who's involved in that one to the backup cars for the LCQ. The 23 of Kasumi Takashi hit the wall about a lap ago. I didn't see it lasting too much. It packed up this group back here. The 196 getting together sends these 4 into the wall hard. Just a major accident with major impacts and major implications for guys like David Vickers, Mathis Wells, Matthew Hubert, and Chase Abbott, who are likely all out of this one. And one more replay. I think this all started by the 51 sliding up, but man, with this pack back here, there's just no room for error with anyone. That gets the 96 sideways, heading into turn number 4. Crashes the 4 into the wall. The 7, I thought he was going to go toppling over there, but he lands back on all 4 wheels. All right, there's the pace car in. Nathan Stapleton leads Alexander Rowe, Casey Wells, and Kasumi Takashi to the green. Here we go. Nearly halfway. Bit of comfort for these guys, probably, with 4 cars out of this one. Now you just got to not finish in the bottom 2. That's all you got to do to close this one out and advance to the main show. Now, of course, I mean, we could see another wreck is not out of the picture. But these guys not backing down. 3 wide back there. That is in and around the transfer spot. Teague's going to get away with it. And now go to the inside of the 5, Nathan Stapleton. Charbois is going to try and sneak under Teague here. Into the wall goes the 5 and 14, but the 5 is going to try and block the advance by Alexander Rowe down the front stretch. All for naught. 14 makes his way to the inside through 1 and 2. And Colin Teague lurking behind. He's going to take advantage of the 5 on the outside line. Make his way down low. Will it benefit him? Yes. 5 into the wall. Once again, trying to keep everyone behind him. The 10 goes right on through. Pass still in progress for the 10 of Anton Charbois. He gets it. And Colin Teague now slides up. The 5 might see an opportunity to take the outside lane, get the run up the corner as the 14 of Alexander Rowe hits the wall. 4 laps remain. This win for the Heat is probably set in stone with the 77. Good gap over the 51 here. The 10, 5, 14, and 23 though, nothing safe. Rowe into the wall. Stapleton still trying to pass though, with a 23 trying to make her move in. Takashi slides up. 5 now into the wall. 2 laps remaining in the last heat. Rowe takes the transfer spot away easily from Stapleton, but Stapleton's going to have something to say about that one. Pulling to the inside, trying to pull the crossover here. Not much contention ahead, not much contention behind, just the 23. Seeing if something happens between these two here on the final lap. 1 remains. Rowe slides up the hill. Stapleton with the shorter way around. Will it be enough through 3 and 4 to try and take it away? Or will Rowe be advancing into the main show? Looks like Casey Wells got this heat, but right behind the 14 is the 5 of Nathan Stapleton. Too little too late. Alexander Rowe, the last one to advance. Anton Charbois there as well. The 51 of Colin Teague and the 77 of Casey Wells are in the race. Confirmed. And yeah, quite a bit of destruction already in these heats, if I can recall correctly. That was about 4 or 5 cautions there. It took some cars out of the race, but luckily they can bring out their backups for the LCQ and get back going. Can't stress that enough. They're not done for the entire weekend, just for the heats. And they'll have one more shot to advance in through the LCQ, where the order is randomized. It's 27 laps and not 14, but then again, we'll still have 24 cars competing in that event for 4 spots. Gonna be the diciest one yet. Most cars contending, probably the biggest wrecks. Who knows? We'll see. All right, it's time to go in the last chance qualifier. The last chance this pack of 24 cars will have to make their way into the main show, and only 4 will. It'll be the 19 of Tyler Cornell leading them to the line with Blowing Cloud on the outside. Green flag is out. We're racing in the LCQ. And with this pack of cars, the largest car count we've had so far in this event, be surprised if they make it through turns 3 and 4 here clean to get to the line in lap 1. The 4 dives onto the 6. The 6 slides up the racetrack. The 21 heads down pit road. Charlie Davenport already with an issue and is heading down into the pit lane. And now this pack has been separated. The top, was that 8 perhaps? Nope. Top 7 have gotten away, and Tyler Cornell retains the lead. 99 slides up here. 4 almost gets hooked by the 32 here. Caution's out, so that has brought everyone into it again. The 1 of Chase Abbott and the 2 car of Pre McShane in it. Alright, 3 and 4, Drip just not there for the 1 car. Chase Abbott, he watches up the racetrack, up the hill, into the 2 car Pre McShane. Just a simple accident to bring out the first caution of the LCQ. Not really much to go over, but we'll get back to racing here. The caution comes out early into this one. And coming back around, trying to rejoin, Charlie Davenport doesn't get slowed down in time. Slams right into the side of Matthew Hubert, gets David Dixon. Roger Ray with some rear damage as well. Sends him spinning under the caution flag, but that's something you hate to see. Accident, not even under green flag conditions, is taking the 21 out of the race, as well as the 7, and the 1 car is also retired after this caution. So heading back to the green here, it'll be the 19 of Tyler Cornell leading them to the line, leading them to the green. He'll have control over this restart with the 6 car of Samanowski behind. The 9 of Logan Cloud and the 99 of Carson Miller round out the 4, transferring in currently. Back green in Chicagoland. And Dixon really didn't get going. He's got that damage, but he retained the track position under the restart because he didn't come down pit road. Because that accident happened under caution. Roger Ray also went around during that, but he seems to be fine. And once again, separation between the 2 packs. Look out there, David Vickers. In a tight situation, 3 wide with the 99 and 32 now on the outside. For the lead here, Logan Cloud on Tyler Cornell, looking for the lead in the LCQ. For third here, David Vickers on the 99 of Carson Miller. Miller gets away on the outside line. Trouble back in the field, but they save it. No caution. Another caution comes out. We'll have a replay of that one. But for now, to the inside is the 32 on the 4. And the 9 car goes to the inside of the 19. He's still there trying to contend for this lead. 2 different battles happening on the racetrack as of now within the top 5. 32 concedes that spot with someone very slow on the apron. The 20 of Rena McShane. So both McShane's involved in something here. So far into this race. Contact, sending Roger Ray into the wall. And this is going to bring out the caution. Rico LaFleur also involved in that one, as well as the 23, Kasumi Takashi. But back up front, Logan Cloud must have hit the wall. He drives back on the outside. And it's Tyler Cornell back to leading this race. So first, before we go over the accident that brought out the caution, here's the contact with the 3-00 and the 37. Look at that 00 car get almost up on top of the 3's rear. But really, they all save it, get it back going, and continue on. So yeah, some heavy contact between these three. It just got too close together. Something had to give. It resulted in some hard contact, but no spinning. And that allowed the officials to come to the verdict that the racetrack was safe to run until a few laps later. So a three-wide situation with Roger Ray in the middle. Kasumi Takashi kind of sticks her nose in between that, tries to make it maybe four wide, sends Roger Ray into the wall around with the 32 of Ricky LaFleur. 23 also more contact with the 43 there, as these guys just go right on by. More time in real time as these split-second decisions that really cause these accidents sometimes, and that's gotten three cars slow in the back straightaway and with damage to bring out our second caution of the LCQ. Halfway there, lap 15. When they get to the line, Tyler Cornell leads, the 20 on the inside, off the pace, pulls the 4 car up for a split second, so no one gets caught behind that 20 for too long. Doesn't look like it. But meanwhile, Carson Miller trying to go dive down low for the lead, washes up, contact there between Oskin and Vickers. And Cornell swipes the wall. Look at this, the 41, 24, and 4 all there for 5th. Now Vickers under the 99 for 4th. Trying to take this transfer spot away. Looks like he will. And meanwhile up front, Cloud really going at it for the lead. Cornell up the track once again into the outside wall. And Vickers has been put 3 wide middle. Carson Miller 3 wide top for the transfer. Who's going to prevail down the backstretch? It'll be the 4 car on the inside of Cornell. But who knows, sometimes the outside works like it will here. 19 draws all the way back to the 4, but no chance at pulling to the inside with the 24 down there now, looking for 4th on Cornell, who led a whole lot of this race up to this point. Vickers now making contact with Oskin for the lead, as these 3 single-digit number cars duking it out for the front spot, but Vickers just really had to back it down that corner. That spot Cologne up here, he's looking for 3rd now. And Carson Miller down there as well, trying to follow. Now the 24 gets put 3 wide middle. Cologne up top. Carson Miller in the low lane's gonna hold up the 19 here, who almost gets spun. Oh, but the 24 into the wall with the 4 car David Vickers. It's getting tight right here for the transfer, as Logan Cloud and Sam Oskin lead. 3 wide right there with the 19 down low, spinning the 96 into the wall. Hard impact with Nick Breeding. Oh my goodness, what an impact for the 15 and the 96 there. Ware gets into a roll at the very last second. I believe contact with the wall did that at the very end of his tail spin to turn him over. But coming to the line, the 9 of Logan Cloud led him back. And it's a big accident with some of the guys back there off the pace piling in to a spin within the front runners. And this was a big one. Look at all these cars on pit road. So Tyler Cornell down here sees this accident happening in front of him. At least what he thought was going to be an accident. He goes down onto the apron to evade, but he just can't come up and make the corner correctly. Gets into the 15 and 96. Nick Breeding gets involved. And then watch this right here. I think it's going to be Roger Ray coming in. It is. Sends that 15 flying sideways spinning around and into a barrel roll down the banking. The most spectacular wreck we've seen so far of the 5 races we've had. Okay, just trying to get that car righted was the 15 of Tyler Ware. All 4 tires thrown way up off the ground. He hits the wall and gets sent into a roll down the banking. The 37 of Roberto Crown Jr. slams into the 96. Ricky LaFleur also there. You saw him sliding into the picture and out of it swiftly. As luckily Ware lands right back on all 4s. But a very vicious accident for everyone involved. So yeah, just one more look at this very unfortunate set of circumstances. As the 19 goes down low, no way he was making it back up safely. The 00 hits the 15, but that was the least of his problems. As in comes Roger Ray, making the worst impact. So that's what brought out the caution once more in the LCQ, and it'll be a late race restart to end it. Alright, heading down the back straightaway, they'll have 3 laps to decide it. Lap 25 at the line will be when they take the green flag, and it'll be the 9 of Logan Cloud leading them to the line, leading them to the restart. The 6 car of Sam Oskin right behind him. The 99 of Carson Miller in 3rd, and the last one currently in to transfer, Stephen Colon in the 24. But David Vickers right there on his back bumper on this restart. Nathan Stapleton can also try something. Same with the 41, 48, and 17 as we go back green. First one to make a move is the 99. Down low on the 6, but the 24 up high as well. Leaving room for Vickers to take the transfer if he can keep this run going through 3 and 4. He's got a good chance. He's already clear that 24 car now. He slides up, pulls off the slider, and clears Stephen Colon. But now Colon's got to run, heading down the front stretch with that 5, another Chevrolet right behind. No move for Colon there. But through 1 and 2, he peeks to the inside. He'll have the inside down the back. Will it stick? That's the question. No, he washes up the racetrack. And coming to the white flag, into the wall for the 2 leaders, the 9 and the 99. That puts Logan Cloud slow in front of these guys, stacks them up. And Cloud now on the outside of Sam and Oskin. Nathan Stapleton there, peeking to the inside for 4th. Oskin up the racetrack. Colon with the run up the corner. Who gets it? Very close at the line. It was the 4 of David Vickers advancing from 4th spot side by side with Colon at the very end to get his way into the Chi-Town Showdown. And Logan Cloud could have won that LCQ, and around goes Vickers after the checkered flag. Some tappers with Taylor there, but you know, these two got into it after the the checkered flag was taken, huh? So as I was saying, yeah, the 9 kind of got put into the wall there at the very end. Slid up. 99 follows him up there. And they both squeezed into the outside wall. That led the 99 to win the race. And the 9 car got 3rd. Almost exited him out of the transfer. But luckily he kept 3rd. And Sam Oskin was a strong contender all day. Got 2nd out of the race. He is also in. So Colon, the one out looking in, so close yet so far. Same with Stapleton, who cruises on a pit road there at the very end. And the full results, it was a bit of a destructive one, but that's kind of what we expected out of this LCQ, where we had plenty of cars on this racetrack, 24 of them, and in the end, only 14 finished. And that was just 27 laps. We're getting set for 41 in the main event, where 20 cars will duel for the win in the Chi-Town Showdown. It's the moment we've been waiting for. The heats in the LCQ are complete, and all that's left is the main thriller we've been leading up to. And if those prior shorter races are any indication of what's to come, there'll be no shortage of action on this treacherous 1.5-mile racetrack. This is the Chi-Town Showdown. The top 4 starting positions consist of the 4 heat winners, with the rest of the finishing results determining 5th through 16th. Then starting in the back will be the 4 LCQ drivers who made their way in, but don't count them out just yet. They have more experience with a larger amount of cars on track than anyone on the field, who for the first time will be racing the pack twice the size of anything they saw in those heat races. The lights shine on here at Chicagoland Speedway as we draw deeper into the night, and the conclusion to this already exhilarating night of racing lies at the end of 41 laps. 20 cars will take the green, only 1 will take the glory. Green flag is out, we're racing in the Chi-Town Showdown. William Seaman from the pole was able to clear away from the mess behind him as cars were sliding up through 3 and 4 as usual, but now with no transfer spot to deal with, it's all go for these guys behind trying to catch your leader, William Seaman. Austin Robb slams the wall off of 3 and 4. Brandon Morris is able to take second away. And already with some separation between first and the rest of the field, it looks like Brandon Morris will have to try and chase down William Seaman. But there's always the chance of a caution here at Chicagoland Speedway as they get real close back there with some of the LCQ drivers. These guys are happy to be in it, but man, right about now they are sure as hell hoping they were up here and away from the battling going on back there. Casey Wells in the 77 making a move down the inside on Brandon Morris. Can't make it stick. Morris powers around the outside but slams the outside wall. Now DJ Reed right to the back bumper of Wells. Now Wells is going to try again for second. Has the 11 behind. And for P2, give it to the 77. Aiden Martin getting up into the top 5 here as they've closed right to the back of the 12 car. Martin up the racetrack. 3 wide for 4th. Up here, things stay relatively orderly. 12 drifts up the racetrack, 77 down low. Seaman gets the wall, and it looks like Casey Wells will be your new leader. DJ Reed not far behind, taking the lower lane through 1 and 2. Has a run, takes it through 3 and 4. But drifts up, can't hold it. And now, with the 77 getting into the wall, the 47 going down below the apron. No shortage of chaos here, just 8 laps in. 3 wide for the lead. That clears itself up relatively quickly. The 11 gets on by. As Seaman trying to get back. Oh, look at this back here. Brian Mason, Colin Teague. 2 drivers who got sideways through 3 and 4 that time around. on lap 9. But now Mason drifting up into Colin Teague again. They're going to go into the wall. Mason the only one in it. And all the way around. No one else piles in. But to the line, Seaman contact with the 77 of Wells. Gets him sideways, but it'll be the 11, 77, and 12, your top 3. First caution of the Chi-Town Showdown involves Brian Mason in the 78. So going down the back straightaway, about a half a lap before this happens, through 3, you see the 51 drift up into the 38, gets him down into the 78. And these two side by side down the front stretch. And I don't know if this is the 78 losing grip here, a bit of payback being dealt. But these two make contact, head up the hill and into the outside wall. T gets by fine, but Mason is the one to go around on the backstretch. You could argue this started with the 10 car poking his nose down to the inside, but the 78 really drifts up the corner there, heads up into the 51's door, and they head into the wall. Once again, lucky the 78 didn't come down more and collect some of these guys coming by like you've seen in the LCQ. But that's a tough break for one of the drivers with a strong run in their heat. Brian Mason will be behind the 8 ball now with some damage and a whole lot of lost track position. We'll get back going here in the Chi-Town Showdown. Ready to go back racing here on lap 14. The 11 car of DJ Reed is your current leader with Casey Wells right behind. William Seaman in 3rd. Looking to make his way back up there after losing the lead from the pole. Aiden Martin resides in 4th. The P5 runner is the 47 of Andrew Miller. Behind him, you got Anton Charbois, Austin Robb, Landon Laudenbeck, Brandon Morris. Lost some spots there that run, and David Vickers in the 4 car, who has made a trek up to the top 10. Back green here at Chicagoland Speedway. Already an early jump from the 77 there. Wells does not hesitate making the move down low. Through 1 and 2, will it stick in 3 and 4? He moves up the racetrack. This is going to be treacherous right here. Sideways. Oh man, someone who's really sideways back there is the 66 of Austin Robb coming back up. Oh, he gets the 99. And Colin Teague's in it as well. Again, his second accident of the evening. But meanwhile, Seaman has taken over the lead. Are they going to wreck coming back? They might. Look out there. Reed and Miller make contact. Into the outside wall goes that 11 car. But Seaman makes it back first. Anton Charbois second. And the 4 car, who started last, up to 3rd. So Olivia Reynolds, Carson Miller, Colin Teague, some of those who were in that accident. That started with the 66 getting spun down to the infield. So, I mean, right here, it was complete chaos through this set of corners. Up front and out back as well. As you see the 34 back up that corner, turn 4. Making the 66 check up, but the 14 are to the inside. Rowe clips the 66 in the quarter panel. And then Austin Robb into the infield grass, comes back up right into the 99 of Carson Miller. One of those cars also in the LCQ. And the 8 car gets hit by Colin Teague as well to give him some extra damage. But Olivia Reynolds and Carson Miller are the main 2 to go around in this round. Yeah, these guys up here, they just had to hope that that 66 came up safe, but wasn't the case. Contact with the 99 was first that the 8 car gets involved. Colin Teague just trying to squeak by. Doesn't get it woed up in time, but regardless, under caution for the second time of the night in the Chi-Town Showdown. Got a couple of multi-car accidents so far. Let's see if we can get some green flag racing in. Alright, we're going to get back going here on lap 20, almost approaching the halfway point in this event. And it's the 12 car of William Seaman, your pole sitter, who leads this race currently. Had to fall back first to get back up front, but nonetheless, he'll be in control of this restart. Starting behind him is the 10 car of Anthony Charbois, and in third is Casey Wells. Fourth, David Vickers. Fifth, Andrew Miller. Sixth, DJ Reed, Brandon Morris, Aiden Martin, Sam Oskin, and Landon Laudenbach. The rest of the top 10. Back green Chicagoland, the 77 makes a move up high, leaving room for Vickers down low. And this could be a 2-for-1 pass right here. Vickers to the inside of the 10 now. And clear. '12 car hit the wall that time. That 4 car is going to have a huge run, but Seaman blocks. Ooh, 6 and 34 get together. They come back up fine. But it's getting physical here in the mid-pack. Watch Andrew Miller drift up the racetrack, leaving room for the 4 car to pull to the inside as he pulls out. Oh, look at this! Around goes the 12 from the lead and back up. Oh, this is going to be a huge stack up. It is the big one here in Chicagoland. 66 took a roll. Just a slow one, came back on all 4 wheels, but this is a disaster here. And it all started with the 12 getting spun right in front of the field. Just stacked everyone up, and no one had enough time to react accordingly. But this has whittled the pack down big time. And is one of the biggest plot twists we've seen so far. This within these 6 races that have been run so far in this total event. But I mean, I can't even find the 12 car. Where is the 12 car, William Seaman? He might very well be. Oh no, he was just way ahead. But he does have damage. I think the 47 got away clean. The 11 as well. The 4 kind of started it and got away scot-free, and then the 10 car might have been one of the first ones to have to take evasive action. But we're going to have a lot of replays for you this time around, as we've already got quite a few of them out of this race. I was just commenting how the 47 move to the inside would give just a little bit of a window for that 4 car to pull inside, and he does. But he sticks with the 12 car's quarter panel here, not making contact until they exit the corner. They both slide up. The 12 makes contact into the wall, but it doesn't seem like he comes down too far. The 4 car just kind of chased him up the hill, spins him down into the infield. 47, 11, they all miss it. No, they slow down, and that's going to make the 12 car have contact with the 10. So the 10 didn't make it. I was mistaken there. But look at all these cars that just have piled into this wreck and created a track blocker. Austin Robb, yeah, once again, just one roll. He gets back on all 4s, but that front damage has taken him out. Same with the 22 of Robert Lewis. Alexander Rowe also involved. Colin Teague, this is his 3rd wreck tonight. This is the one that'll do him in, for sure. And, yeah, I mean, the 12 car, he was in that accident, but he crossed the line in the lead. And, that's where he'll restart, it looks like. So, that's going to be an interesting restart for sure. But we got some more replays for you coming up here. From pretty much the same camera, just a little bit closer. Yeah, you see it there. The top 2 just kind of chase it up towards the wall. And I'm not sure what these guys up here were thinking. They could have gassed it up and gotten by. But I think it's because the caution came out. And once they hit that line, they just are used to slowing down and maintaining caution speed, and didn't realize maybe that the car sliding below them would come back up and cause a huge accident. So at this point of the race, there had just been 19 cars remaining left on track, and just about every single one of them had a part in this accident, except for the 47 car who avoids it right here. And watch this. It pretty much happened all around that 6 car of Samuel Oskin, but he gets by fine with 0 damage, 0 contact with anyone else. From the nose of the 4 car David Vickers, you're going to see his entry into 3, and pretty soon here, his exit out of 4, which ultimately kicks off this accident, sending the 12 car around into the infield. And look at the carnage that ensues behind. Alright, coming to the green. It'll be lap 26 of 41. And it'll be the 12 car who spun across the line in the lead. Able to keep first, because that's where he crossed the line. Even though he was spinning around backwards and up in front of the middle of the field, he kept the first position, and that's where he's going to restart. So he doesn't look like he has too much damage, and definitely nothing that's going to affect him too much. Someone who is affected by damage, though, is the 9 of Logan Cloud, who pulls off the racetrack onto the apron, and he'll be heading down pit road here. But behind Andrew Miller, he completely avoided that accident. The 11 car was in it. The 4 car, I mean, he was the one to send the 12 around. So not much damage for him, and the 10 was heavily impacted. You see that front damage on the nose of the 10 Ford Mustang. And already for the lead is the 47 of Andrew Miller. Gets by easily, and that 10 car is going to blow up. Just couldn't last. So a heartbreaker for Anton Charbois. And can Andrew Miller pull away with this one? Oh, it's going to happen again. The 11 car now. I mean, he's completely just shortcutting this. Comes up into the outside wall in turn 1. The very exit. Went all the way around, and the Ford is now just at the back. So he's going to have to be around all these guys with damage and cut through them in time. One of the only cars that could have possibly challenged the 47 Andrew Miller is in the back now. And man, oh man, this event has really turned into something weird here. Already slicing his way through, trying to pass the 14. Three wide bottom. Aiden Martin into the wall. Approaching the 34 of Brandon Morris. 3 wide down low on him. He's caught Seaman. And he's going to get pie there. So now just 3 cars between the 4 David Vickers and the 47 Andrew Miller. But you also got to notice the 6 car is also undamaged. So he'll be trying to run down the 47 in these closing laps. And this next time by, we will have 11 to go. I think that was the 77 that got into the wall. They're both pretty much the same paint scheme. 16 just has white on it. But Oskin cut that gap down once again. Took the higher lane that time around in 1-2. And now look at this, a 16 down to the bottom of the 4. I'm not quite sure this is going to stick through 3 and 4, though. Ooh, contact back there, maybe? So Oskin's got it down now within under a second of Andrew Miller, and the chase is on. He's got to try and get there before this race ends, but the clock's ticking. With 10 to go. Drifting up that time into the wall. That's not going to be good. Gap still shrank that time around, but the 4 car is coming with a head of steam, and if these cars battle for too long, they'll let the 47 pull away again. Vickers down low. Man, that 6 car just really pushing it, getting close to that wall through 3 and 4. But Vickers on the inside takes second away, and Miller seeing these cars get bigger and bigger in his rearview mirror. Probably starting to sweat because that 4 car has gone from the back to the front now twice. 16 impacts the wall. 35 out of 41 complete. Right now a 3-car battle, but mostly minding their P's and Q's are Miller, Vickers, and Oskin. But now, as I say that, Vickers peeks his nose under Miller. Side by side for the lead. I think that was Vickers at the line there by just 100th. And now it's on. Oskin down low. This is for second. Had P2 earlier. Drifts up. Can't make the move on the 47. And that 4 car is strong. I mean, they really put some juice into that 4 car to get him past these two as quick as he did from all those guys behind. I mean, that is a crazy story to think of. 47 into the wall again. And you just gotta wonder how many impacts into that same outside wall Andrew Miller's car can take. I mean, that defying the odds. The side looks fine visually, cosmetically, but you just gotta wonder if that car is losing the handling. 4 car took it way low that time. Oskin, I think he closed in quite a bit that time around. Improved by just a few hundredths. But Oskin now on a charge as we catch lapped traffic. Logan Cloud is ahead. And is this going to bunch him up, or is it going to let 1 car pull away? They're going to catch him on the front stretch. Oh, man! I just almost sideswiped Vickers there. And that messed up the 6 car's entry, and that really is going to hold the 47 behind with just 2 laps to go in this event. This latter stage of the race has flown by with the lack of cautions we've had. But man, oh man, David Vickers with the ride of a lifetime. With just 1 lap to go in the Chi-Town Showdown. Through 1 and 2 for the final time. And this man had to muscle his way through traffic not once, but twice, as he rides through 3 and 4 clean and green with no trouble from the 6 car and off of the final corner. David Vickers is the winner of the first ever Chi-Town Showdown. And what a night it was for the driver of the 4 car. Oskin got second, I think, in his LCQ. Yes, he did. made his way up to P2 in this race, but it was two drivers in the LCQ to begin with. That okay, that got the top two in this race, and that is pretty impressive to think about. These two cars, they started in the back of the pack, and they were able to avoid calamity just around them when making their way up to the front. And that got them out front. But you got to wonder how many of these guys who got damaged in the big one, how they're reacting to David Vickers' win. Because he was, I don't want to say he was the lone cause. He didn't right hook the 12 exactly like it was egregious. He didn't hook the wheel right. They just both lost the grip off of turn number 4 like we've seen so many times. But then the 4 car was right there, did the same thing the 12 did, and that just spun Seaman around. I mean, I don't know. You had to have you could argue that there could have been some lifting that could have gone on to avoid that, maybe from either car. But it's all in the rear view now as David Vickers conquers Chicagoland Speedway for the first Chi-Town Showdown. And this one is going to be a race remembered for a while as that chase down. Even the second time where we had all the cameras on it was quite the watch. It was very impressive to see. But the 47 of Andrew Miller made his way through that accident, got third out of the day. Just, I don't know if he pushed too hard there at the end, but it seemed like every other lap he was slamming into the outside wall, and unfortunately that relegated him from the lead all the way back to third. And it's still a very respectable day for him, and pretty much those are the only 3 without damage, and they still put on a show in the Chi-Town Showdown, and that's a round of applause for those 3. And very sad that fourth on back couldn't really contend to their best ability, as they all had damage in that one wreck. The 16, he had damage to his front, and he was able to contend pretty well, believe it or not. Maintained with the 47 to Andrew Miller, didn't let him pull away too much, and kept 4th. But same can't be said for the 14 on back, 5 seconds plus away from the leader David Vickers, as they were all involved in that accident. And surprisingly, just 4 of them, 5 of them got into that accident and couldn't continue. That's Anton Traubaugh, Colin Teague, Robert Lewis, Carson Miller, and Austin Robb, who were all in that, and the 20 car with a piston issue. They were in that first accident. Logan Cloud was the only one not on the lead lap, but able to finish the race. Wanted to at least get ahead of the guys who were all retired. And one more car to highlight, the 11 of DJ Reed. He's probably really grinding his teeth because he was the second car who got spun down to the infield. And I thought he was going to come back up and wipe out the leader. So that'll do it for the Chi-Town Showdown, and what an unpredictable event it was as a whole. Plenty of twists and turns to keep everyone on their toes. That's all you can ask for at a race here at the Chicagoland Speedway, and in the end, it was David Vickers carving his way through the field to make his way to the checkered flag first, becoming the inaugural winner of this race that will kick off a new Independence Day tradition. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be.